Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So nice of you to join me for basically back to basics. It's time for Ostriv again. We've been waiting long enough for Alpha 6. It's not there yet, so we're just going to start up a new game with Alpha 5. Eagerly awaiting Alpha 6, of course, but not before I say hi, Cirrus, Cavbot, Roadhog, Dindog, and of course anybody else that might be watching. So nice of you all to join me here, and I hope we can all have a lot of fun with a new game in Ostriv. Let's see, happy anniversary for tomorrow to Wifey and Patmos from the Patmos Posse. Oh yeah, that's tomorrow. No, I know that. I already bought flowers for her, so that's they're standing right here. Because I didn't want to go to the shop tomorrow when it rains, so I did it today. And of course today it's still a surprise, and tomorrow she's expecting it. So I bought her flowers today. And let's see, Mrs. Dog is making curry soup as we speak. Nice. Where can we order a bowl? That's nice. And of course say hi from us to her. We are going to load up a brand new game, and I decided to start playing on map 7. We have our stuff limited. Limited stone, limited limestone. No iron ore, so that makes things a little bit harder. We have to start importing stones at some point. We have to start importing some limestone if we want to build a ton of row houses. And we need to get all the iron imported, so that's good to keep in mind. We're going to change to spruce trees, just for the difference. Normally it's pines, let's just get to spruce trees this time. And here we are, map 7. So, let's see. Will do, you're on a loudspeaker. Ooh. Hello, Miss Duck. Good luck with the curry soup. Hey, Volodymyr. Good to see you. Cirrus is back ordering car bits. Oh, well, that has to happen, I guess. What are you ordering? So, let's go over the map first, so that we can see what we have. Always try to get the orientation a bit north. So this is the north orientation. So if we start all the way up north, here's the river coming in. Here we see the border. Then we have 3 big chunks of land if we look at the map. We have this big chunk. Sorry, a little cough there. We have this big chunk, we have this big chunk, and a chunk down here. And what you can already start to do is check out if something is accessible. And we can see this big slab of land we can't build on yet, so that's inaccessible. This big slab of land is inaccessible, so this part we can't use yet. So we have to start on this big slab of land. That's where we can set our base camp. So that's for starters. Now the other thing, there is limestone and there is normal stone. So let's go check where it is. We can see here's limestone, some pretty sizable deposits, over 10,000 each. So that's actually pretty good news. But the thing is, they're on the South Island, so we can't reach it yet. Now the big question is, will there be stones? I don't see anything yet here. Nope, there's nothing out here. We usually have to follow the river to find the stones. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's follow the river. Oh, there's a bit of stone here. 1,000 and another 1,000. Which is on the main slab where we're going to start. And then, yeah, most of the stone is on this big slab of land. So we have to connect all slabs of land in order to get to all the natural resources that are on this map. So that'll be interesting. I doubt there's actually some extra stone somewhere on the riverside. So could quickly check down here, but I don't think so. And there's no islands and stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty cool, decent map. Now we have to start thinking though where to go and where to start. You take a closer look, you can see there's elevations here, which makes things a little harder. So yeah, there is some elevation in the map, but not too much. So we should be able to work with this. Now, of course, as you can see, Doug already did it. If you have questions about this game, feel free to ask. I'm not the foremost expert on the game. I won't know all the answers, but I think I do know quite a lot. So feel free to keep them coming. Are the maps randomly generated? No, the maps come with the game. So if you load up a new game, there's a few options. They tell you what resources are on it. Here we have map 1. One thing you can't see right now is the size of the map. For instance, map 1 is a tad bit smaller than some of the other maps, so you can't build as much on it as you can on other maps. But these are the maps that are in the game, and there's even some numbers missing. So as you can see, map 1, map 2, map 3, map 4, and then map 6. They worked on a map 5, it didn't work out, they couldn't get it right, and then they deleted it. Now it's map 6, map 7, 8, and 9. There's plans for a few more maps, and of course at some point we should be able to mod stuff, so we can get even more maps on it, and make our own maps as well. But these are the maps that we have at the moment. And, well, you can see there's a big lake in this one. This one is quite tough because you start on this northern slab, and you have to reach all the others at some point. But that's it. Hey, Leza! Good to see you. How are you doing? I just recently watched your group play of Farming 25. Loved it. Nice. Oh, we're going to do another one on Sunday, so you're more than welcome to join in chat. Alright, it's time for us to start locating our starting camp. Now, since I like to go a bit close to the river, but we also need trees, we have to start on this slab of land. We can see there's hardly any trees down here. So we have to make sure we can either reach these trees or these trees. And I want to go get across to the other parts at some point, where we need to go here and here to reach these islands. We should probably start somewhere out here, because here we have some nice space. We can actually build up a decent town here. So, question is where to exactly start, of course. That's always the question, so our people don't have to walk too far. Now, one of the things I miss in this game, I don't think the overlays can show you now, is I want to see right now where the clay is, for instance, and where the sand is, so that I know where to place my starting camp. Now, luckily, clay is pretty abundant, so it should not be too much of a problem. But I would like to. I don't think if I can find clay already. See, I can find iron or limestone and stone, not clay. I want to know where the clay is. So I kind of want an overlay for that. It's not there, so we'll have to deal with it. But that's something that I would like. Hey, Cooper. Good to see you. How are you doing? I, of course, try to keep my eyes on chat. So, apart from wiper arms that cost second hand. Okay. Oh, you need wiper arms? Is that all? Funny thing is, I can fully replace my car with parts and it's still cheaper than buying a good one. Well, interesting car you have then. That's nice. Alright, so we want to go to the river at some point, but we don't have to do that straight away. We want trees. We want room for some farming. So I guess if we place our settlers camp here, we can do the forester and the clay pit, hopefully somewhere here. And then we can build some houses down here. But it's always a bit of a trade-off, so we'll have to see. At least the camp is placed. We now have all the options. So we can now actually check where the clay is. So the clay is up here. There's no clay here. I wish I knew that, but we didn't. Now, of course, we should have plenty of time to get all the buildings done. So we don't need to worry about it that much. We could just make the clay pit somewhere here if we really want to. So let's get started first with a forester then, so that we actually can get rid of all the trees out here. Now, as you notice, the game is set to pause because you can lose a lot of time in game by just planning out the starting areas of your visit. So always pause the game to give you the most time possible. As you can see, it will tell you there are no builders yet because nobody is hired in the camp yet. That'll happen as soon as you unpause, so don't worry about that. Okay, so there's no clay to dig up here, but if we place it right here, there is actual clay, so that's good. We can just place it right there. That'll be our starting resources. That's also all that we are going to need. So we could basically now start with some houses. Question is, what houses are we going to do? One of the things I would like to do during this playthrough is actually get a little big on some of the decoration. So that's one of the things that we're going to try out. And I want to try out some different layouts with housing. Now we're going to start off with a few garden houses. I'm going to press F1 here. And I'm going to widen this one a little. Yeah, that's a tiny bit too much. Kind of do want it to be somewhat mirrored, but might have to move it inward a bit. How does this look? Well, I think this is okay. So this is going to be our first house. Then we're going to build one on each side. And also make it go a bit like this. And then of course the question is, why would I do that? Well, this creates a non-typical street layout if we do the same on this side. And that's kind of what I'm going for now. I don't want this to be the normal street that we always have. So let's just go a tiny bit different this time. Not too much, just a bit. So that's another one. Now, of course, we need 9 houses to suit all the families in the beginning. So that's also one of the aims that we'll have. Now, of course, there's no real grid system or anything in the game. So it can be quite hard to map this out somewhat proper so that things kind of look a bit the same. I think this could go slightly wider. But that's also the fun of it. Nothing will actually look straight and nothing will actually look good. So in the end, it's just like you try and you make something and then we'll see. Okay, so this is going to be our first 3 houses. And of course, I need to keep my eyes on the chat. Sorry, captures. Sam, Land of the Viking and Fat Fingers. How's your Land of the Vikings going, Cooper? You finally got some brave Vikings that actually win fights, or? Thanks for being here. It's much appreciated. If you enjoyed this livestream, please consider hitting the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe and help the channel grow. Yes, please. Thank you very much, Cavbot. Is there a red dot on clay? It means there is sand or salt in most instances. Well, it doesn't really mean that there is something else there. So, like right now, we have a big heap of red dots here. So there is no clay there. So let's then check. Is there sand then? Well, there is sand actually, but that doesn't have to be. Like in this area, there did not have to be. And if we check for salt, which is actually under food, we can see that there's also salt here. So there's both sand and salt here, but that's no guarantee. So if we go out here, there's absolutely no salt. We then check. There is clay, except for this little part. And then if we go check for the sand, we can see that there's also absolutely no sand. So no salt, no sand, only clay. So it does not necessarily mean if the dots are red for one thing, that you will find the other one there. Of course, there is clay here because the map is usually... there's usually a lot of clay, as you can see. That's why you can't really go bad with the clay. There's a lot of clay on these maps because you need so much of it, but... we'll see. Alright, we've placed the first 3 houses. We need to continue with that, of course, if we want this neighborhood to be done at some point. So, I mean, I want to unpause the game at some point. That's a better way to put it. So, let's continue for a bit. Let's see. Should probably not go too big on this at the moment. We'll just do it just so that things look slightly different than usual. There we go. Yep, that's another house. And then what I'm actually thinking is if we go like this will be one area. Oh, we should actually probably go a bit like this so that it looks the same as the other area. There we go. So this is 5 houses. Then we could take this one. Leave it as it is right now, because this could be the place for our granary and our wells and stuff like that. So that could be another interesting way to do it out here. And then we leave an opening here, and we could just continue right here. So if I, for instance, copy this one, you can see it's exactly the same size, which already seems like it's way bigger than what it is out there. And I should probably rotate it then. Yeah, I'm not picking the right one. Should be picking this one. Okay, this is gonna be tough if we want to make this work. We have 5 houses now, so we need 4 more to make all the houses. This is where all the resources are. So we have to think about where to place them. I actually think I'm going for this one out here, so that we just get the same thing over again. So that we have 6 houses. We can do the granary here some other time. That's fine. We can do more houses like this. Build a whole neighborhood like this. So we'll see. You could to a four-sided pentagon. Oh, I have no clue how that looks. I had mathematics in Dutch, not in a foreign language, so I don't know what that would look like. 6 houses. Then we need 3 more, but we also need to get into some regular houses to form a street here. So we can probably do these here. And just make a straight street out here for game purposes. Of course, this area is still in use, but we could start right here. That's fine. Let's go a little bit up. Now, the good thing is you can see this house, these 2 houses have a different size. With the F2 button, you can change the apparel, and you can actually go to the previous one or to a different one so that you can get different kinds of housing. So we can scale around and see which one we want. We can see these 2 have a small porch in the front, so I want another one with a porch in the front just to keep things look the same. And that's what we're doing right now. Alright, that's 3. This is 4 houses, but this one is a bit too wide. I want them all to have the same size at this point. So yes, make it look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 houses. That means that we get 1 spare house. I'll look at chat soon, but I'm just going to make sure that we can get started on the game. And I think we can. So let's unpause. We have the houses running. We can set up the industry shortly. Everybody's going to build as long as they can until we get the forester up. Yeah, so this should be running now. We'll just leave it running slowly and I can read the chat and then we can speed up whenever we're ready. Hey, Master Tutski. Nice of you to join us. How are you doing? Alright, let's just go to speed 2 for now. We can handle that. No solder sand for you. Oh, not yet, but we can use the whole map, so that's fine. I have finished watching all of your episodes on Alpha 5. Nice! Well, I just recorded the next one today, so for next week, so that's already done. How are you doing, Master Tutski? Nice of you to join us here. Yeah, but it's impossible to win over a rich or very rich village. I can never get my attack up over 35, and that's with help from 3 other Norse villages. Rich and very rich are all over 50 in defense. You can send multiple ships out at the same attack, then you should get your strength up and running higher. Really enjoy watching building games. Nice! Well, then I hope you enjoy watching this as well. Halt of Fear makes it go dark, yeah. Is that Dutch or double Dutch? No, I just had single Dutch in school. Didn't have to do the double Dutch. Had French though, but that's a whole different topic. Give me some shields to gnaw. Thatchery. Yeah, well, basically you don't need the thatchery. I've run the math multiple times. You don't need the thatchery to build the first 9 houses. But of course we're going to need a thatchery. We're also going to need a smithy and a carpenter and a trader and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get to it. So we'll have to see. But for now, look at this. They already made the clay pit because they had to wait for some of this to arrive. And until it did, they could not finish it. So now the clay pit's ready. There we go, the forestry. Now you can already see from the cart place to out here. This is quite the walking distance. If you struggle to get to 9 houses in time, make sure you really shorten all your walking distances. It really helps out. So make sure you do that. It's called Tactical Retreat, Cooper, running for your life, screaming like a timid schoolboy. You and Xfield are my favorites in building games. Thank you, that is much appreciated. Alright, we have this guy ready. Now what I really want is to get 4 people in here. We should have 1 that doesn't have a job, so we can take 3 out of here. Because I want to start stocking up on some logs. And as soon as we have enough logs, and enough wood for that matter, we're going to take them out. We can leave in just 1. And we have 3 extra builders. But for now, we're going to do it this way. These are now gathering the resources. We're going to build the first house. They actually started already, which is good. That's why I say I just have to be fake Vikings. Always need to flee for life. Well, you know. I was good at Germanics, but French, they kind of speak backwards. Oh, I don't know about if they speak backwards, but yeah, I'm better on the English and Germanic languages than on French. Je ne parle pas français? I don't really speak French. I mean, I can put together some words that we use in Dutch, but that's probably not the best French. Like, je suis une toilette abattoir, oui, but no. So yeah, let's not do that. Alright, first house. Come on, build it. There we go. Begin the IKEA factory. Well, that's one of the things I hope at some point they will add into the game. That we actually have to get like the furniture builder and that kind of stuff. Although it can really generate an extra in-depth layer. Which can be tough for people. I think Ostriv now has a pretty good balance for it. Because you have stuff like soap and different types of food and stuff, but it's not too in-depth, so that most players, I think, can actually get into the game, which I think is good for the numbers of the game, of course. Like, a game like Workers and Resources is so complex, and you really have to master everything, that it will keep a lot of people out of that game. So I think they actually do quite a good job with that in Ostriv. But I think slowly they can add layer by layer of a little bit more difficulty, but well, that's my opinion. Alright, let's get started on some industries, because for once we're going to need smithy, but also charcoal piles with that, and we can already have those being filled up by the ladies, which might be worthwhile. So let's find a place to do that. Now, we have the houses here. We should probably not get too close with the smithy and stuff. Let's find what we could actually do. Let's place the smithy here. They will have to remove a few trees, but they can do that. But the question is, will that be fun? I think it will. We just have to give it some space. They'll have to remove 6 trees. That's okay. And then, of course, they need their own stuff in terms of charcoal. I think we can do 2 of these to provide them with the charcoal that they need. One being ready, so that can immediately be filled up by the ladies. See? They'll take out all the firewood, which is helpful. Then we get the first charcoal pit ready. And they just have to take out 8 trees, which they can easily do now because they're all very close. That's not going to be a problem. At least my villages are big and working fine with about 1k people. Well, that's a good thing, Cooper. That's a good thing on Land of the Vikings. So you're already getting there. But if you get like the strong soldiers and you send out 3 ships to one of the enemies, you should easily get up to a strength of like 50 or even higher. So we should be able to do that. Alright, we have the smithy and the charcoal piles. Then, of course, we need the carpenter. We're going to need the thatchery. Now, the thatchery will want to go pretty close to the water, probably. I'm actually thinking of just building a thatchery somewhere out here. And then we can give it a final location later. It just doesn't really make sense to get the thatchery up here, I think. Because it should be close to the river, in my opinion. Just not too far out. We can just, for now, build it out here, and then we'll see later what we're doing with it. It's just that we need it temporarily. I'm going to put it somewhere here, not too far from all the building sites, but also not too far from where they have to gather their stuff. I think they'll be good. Okay, first house coming in. It's not going as fast as you hope, of course, but it's still the beginning of April. We're well on track. We have plenty of firewood and wood now, so they can now really start to stock up on some logs. And then we can get some guys out that can help the building crews. So there will be. Ooh, Jet's getting busy. Hello, Just Kristen. Catching a live for once. Yay. Welcome in. How are you today? Hope you're all good. Someone's choice causes astonishment at how dumb it is. Yours is the same, but a bit later. Someone's choice causes astonishment at how dumb it is. Yours is the same, but a bit later. So, I made a dumb choice? Oh, that's okay. I'm good with that. Stop following me. Hey, Misfit. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Good morning to you. You're up early, I guess. Definitely need a bakery too. Yeah, we do need a baker stay, Steven. Hello, Steven. But that's still not in the game. Still hoping for it, but... who knows what's around the corner in Alpha 6, but we're not there yet, so we'll have to see. What is still in the game, of course, is the bug where if you speed up too much, you will lose time. There's a video up on my channel where I test it extensively, and yet speed 1 is the best if you want to not lose any time. Speed 3 might end you Like if we're going to build our 9 houses, we might end up somewhere in September. And if you do speed 3, you might end up somewhere in October. It does really make a difference. So keep that in mind. I can still remember you have a problem before with the tavern being poor. It was because you're selling beer, meat, etc. in the market. I never had a problem with the tavern actually being poor. I had a problem with one of my barbershops being poor. Because I had a very successful barber, and then we built the second one, and we kind of built it too early, so it didn't get enough customers. And my barber tax was pretty high. And that's why one of them I had to keep giving money. Then I lowered the tax a bit. Now it's actually working fine. The last few episodes that we did, it was working fine actually. There's not a very big difference if you sell some booze on the market. It'll be fine actually. At some point the game will actually tell you that you have to sell some booze on the market in order to progress. I think you actually... you don't need it to build the tavern, but at some point you need to get some booze sold on the market, I believe, for a family to move in to your tavern, something like that. But yeah, that was with the barber shop. Doing well, thanks, Patmos. Happy anniversary too, by the way. Thank you very much, thank you very much. Not before tomorrow, but yes, I already bought the flowers. They're standing here. She was happy with them. The real surprise was actually, first of all, that I bought her flowers. And of course that I did it the day before. So it was really a good surprise. Because if you do it on the day, it's a surprise, but not as much. So I bought them the day before. So that she can have happy feelings about it tomorrow all day long watching the flowers. Maybe that gives me a bit of extra silence. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Just joking, people. Just joking. If you set up a warehouse against the thatchery and use 2 ladies there, you can take them out when you quickly get 10k thatch and do not need worker in the thatchery for a long time. I know, but this is not all about efficiency. This is also about just having fun. And we're just going to have fun today. That's the whole point. So how is the Misfits doing today? Doing well? Good. I already answered that. I read that. My mistake. But nice to have you back, Steve. Good to see all of you. Yeah, good to see you too. If you don't have booze on the market, you can't supply the booze to the tavern. See, so you need to do that. Did wifey buy you cheese? No, she didn't. There's still 3 big kilo pieces in the fridge, so we don't need cheese yet. Probably need to buy some cheese in 1.5 or 2 weeks. So no rush with that. Little one's been sick for a few days. I've been sick for a few days last week, so... we didn't eat as much cheese. Call the town Booze Town. Yeah, we can't change the name yet, so that's not going to happen. But if we could, I would. What we actually can do... Oh, we have 9 logs already. Let's take 2 guys out already, because we don't need that many. Let's get 2 extra builders, so we speed up the building process. That will actually help. Why did that guy get out? I only took 2 out, not 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, there should be 2 in there. That works, that works. Okay, so we now have 6 builders. We have 2 houses almost ready. It's May, so we're on schedule. Should all be good. Now, it's very tempting to already start planting trees, but that will keep these guys busy with planting the trees and not doing any of the tree felling. So I'm going to leave them to their work now. We're going to do some decorations and stuff at some point. We're just going to hold off on that with that until we actually get the right amount of wood. What we can already do, of course, is place a few benches, and you will see that people will actually start to use these fairly quickly already. So, and that's actually nice. I mean, I like it when the people actually sit on the benches. So let's just place a few benches out here so that they have a place to sit. 2 houses, they're actually sewing them in. Also a good thing, that's nice. Thank God, sleeping now, trouble. Ooh, were they so being not nice to you, Cooper? I hope you will fill all the map space. I will watch everything. Well, I'm actually working on a off-stream series that I'm recording, where I'm going to fill a whole map. I'm a quarter in now. But I also do a special build. So it is a special build where I'm going to fill the whole map a special way. I'm actually in the process of making that. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And I'm really curious to see what everybody thinks when it's done. It will take a couple of weeks, but it's nice. So I'm busy with that. But it will just be one like 20, 25, 30-minute video where you can see me speed run the whole thing and build a whole town. And we'll go over what the town looks like and how I did that. So yeah, hopefully that's fun. 10 kilos of cheese, can you imagine? 10? Wow, well, usually when I order cheese, I order my cheese online straight from a cheese place where they really make the cheese. And my usual orders are around 8 kilos of cheese. So I buy like 4 kilograms of really old cheese, at least 2 years old. I buy around 1.5, 2 kilos of what we call extra belegen. So it's like somewhere between 8 and 12 months old. So it does have the good taste, but it's also still a little like soft on the tongue and stuff. And then I buy a few little pieces with special cheese for wifey. So like with nettle in it or some herbs. So I probably buy somewhere around 8 to 9 kilograms when I buy cheese. That's like once every 1.5 months. And I still at some point want to buy a whole cheese, 22 kilograms. A whole round cheese and enjoy that. Take some time, of course, but that will be fun. We got cheese, want to sell cheese. Woman bought a 10 kilogram block. I had to cut it up in vacuum. Yeah, well, nice. What kind of cheese is it, Cyrus? I could have bet sore throat and tongue is kind of burning weird and random illnesses. Yeah, a lot of people are having like flu-like symptoms, but not really the flu, but they have sore throats and it hurts and sometimes get a high fever for like a day or something and then it's passed. It's weird. A lot of people have that. I don't know what it is. You'll get well soon and have a nice day tomorrow. Oh, we will. We're all happy and healthy now. Our little one's already going to school the whole week. And I actually got back up on my feet last few days. Had to go to a family funeral yesterday, but was a very nice service, and it was good to be there and meet all the family and stuff. So that was good. And I don't know. I just have a little bit of a full nose every now and then, and a little bit of a cough, but that's it. So nothing bad. Nothing bad. Alright, let's add these benches. Here we go, the next house is up. So within a month they built the third house as well. Which is actually quite good. We now have 3 houses up in 3 months. So we're well on schedule. I like this. Unpasteurized Stilton. Ooh, nice, nice. I got Seaboy to post with it. We made a mac and cheese. That done 5% of it. Wow, that's a hefty mac and cheese. Nice. Come for the game, stay for the cheese, chat. Yep, that's how it goes here. I've seen those big wheels on YouTube. Opening them is work. Yeah, but I have a big knife. I have one of those big cheese cutting knives, so no worries there. Also have a small one to make small blocks with. That's cool. But yeah, I have one of those really big ones, actually. They're pricey, but bought it when I was young, so... It's nice. I've had allergies today. I took some allergy medicine. I will work soon. Oh, I hope so too, Steve. That's bad. Allergies. What kind of allergies? Like for pollen and stuff? Or 12 times speed, please. Want to see the house layout. No. 12 speed will ruin this game, so I'm not going to do that. At least not when we have to get to the 9 houses in time. We might do that later. We can already now see that they have to take a longer route to get here, which will cost us extra time. We'll get there. We'll get there. So the point basically of this layout is if we do the same on this side again, you basically get like a widened area here and then it closes again. I'll show you. Let's just go like this. Copy this one. And then we have to go all the way up here, I think. I think it's probably going to be something like this. Maybe not too wide, but you create like a wide area in the middle where you can make a park. That's the idea. So if I just copy these and I'll press F1 and then we can just move this back a bit. So now you can see this is the entrance, then it widens so we can build some decorations and stuff here in the middle. And maybe even at some point get like a gazebo in or something like that. So that's the whole idea behind this. Why I'm setting it up like this. Just to change things up a bit and create some interesting like little neighborhoods here. I think that will be fun. Now, of course, we're going to build houses without gardens, so we're going to need markets soon and start spreading some food and stuff. So we have to think about farming as well. So these houses will not be built straight off. We'll have to do some other stuff first. And by the way, I'm of course trying to read all the chats, but if I miss something, actually tag me in a message or just send it again so that I might read it. Because I try to read everything, but keep my eyes on the game as well, of course, so... No idea why that got held. I don't know too. I actually like blue cheese, although I don't know if I've ever had real blue cheese. Ah, yeah, that's one of the trouble things. Like if you go in the Netherlands to a supermarket, for instance, and you buy some like French cheese and stuff, it's not really French cheese. It's a knockoff French cheese that can bear the name. You really have to look for the actual real cheeses and stuff. So, like, if you buy... Most brie in Holland is not real brie because they use the wrong type of enzyme to make it and the wrong type of fungus that grows on it. So, it's just factory made. If you want the real brie, then you need a different one. So, I don't know. Give me, please, 5 grams of cheese, please, young man. You're being difficult right now. I was being difficult if you would ask to dice it into 10 slices. Pollen grass, and if you believe the doctor, camels. Though surely he was kidding. I don't know, do you live around camels? We almost stopped the train thinking we can smell gas propane. It was the cheese in the back of the van. Oh, wow. Seasonal allergies here. So for this season, allergy meds seem to be working. Oh, great, Kristen. Great. Working in a bakery in Delhi, I got to know the good meats and cheeses. Pretty much I like it all except head cheese. It's not cheese, it's the head of a pig. Yeah, well, fun fact. Allergies have increased globally due to us only planting fake trees due to it being cheaper. Female trees are more expensive to grow for some reason and more pollen from male trees. True, but they're doing a big study in Sweden where they have kids that go to daycare from very young ages. They go to daycare for like 8 hours and they have to spend 6 hours outdoors at least. And they do that and they all like go in the mud, go in the forest, they all do kinds of stuff and they get as dirty as they can be. And they've seen a dramatic drop in all kinds of stuff. Asthma, allergies, all that kind of stuff in those kids. Just because they interact with nature, they get acquainted to things slowly, not too much. They eat their stuff, they work their immune system and stuff, and it works perfect. So we should just all kick our kids out when they get born and let them play in the sand, eat it, and let them have dirt and stuff. And that's a big solvent for a lot of those issues. Very much so. Good cheese is good. Very true, very true. This was a good 20 years ago, but we were in a shit Nissan cargo and we got the new X-ray scan. Ah, okay. Brie is a white cheese. Yep, very true. Very true. But I was just talking about like whether... Sometimes you don't know if a cheese is the actual cheese. If you go to a Dutch supermarket and you buy a brie or whatever, it will be sold for that name. But if you go to a real Frenchie and you tell them, like, is this brie? And they'll tell you it's not. It's like the same with pastas and stuff that you can buy in the Netherlands. There's nothing to do with Italian pasta, but it's what we eat and we get served as pasta. So, never seen a camel, but I had an allergy screening. Ah, okay. You got screened for all of that. Okay. Well, at least you know now, so don't go camel riding in Egypt or something. You will build pigsty in this game. Do the developers change something because in Alpha 5 they consume a lot of food? They do consume a lot of food. You can feed them a lot of different foods though, but there are pigsties in the game. And yes, you can build them. I usually don't because they eat so much food. But a way to work with pigsty is to build one full-size farm dedicated to just feed your pigs. That's a way that you can actually handle pigs, but I'm usually not willing to do that, but you could, and then you can have pigs in the game. But cows and sheep and stuff are way easier because they just eat hay and drink some water and they go in your pastures. So that's what I usually go for. But yeah, those are options. We can get it if we want to. Now actually what I'm going to do now, I need to finish this little neighborhood here. And I'll show you why. There we go. Let's continue. Let's get this one in now. Shouldn't make it too long, I think. Yes. Then I'm going to copy this one as well. And then we're going to do a little removal, actually. Because we still need a granary and a marketplace and stuff up. So this will be this area. And now I'm going to take this one out. No, don't do it. I already did it. I'm sorry. Let's fence this off the way we have it looking out here. Because that's one of the things we can already do, actually. We can already just fence it off. So this will be an open area. And this is where we're going to build our granary if we can. Oh, that's going to be a tight squeeze if we want to build the granary here. But we can do it. Actually a smaller place than I thought it would be. I kind of hoped it would be slightly bigger. We'll manage. Let's just build a few market tents here for now. Nothing too hefty, but when we get it done, we can sell some products here that we grow ourselves and stuff, and then we can have the houses that we're building here fed as well. So that should be good. Alright, we have 5 houses up, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the spare house. So I'm going to move the spare house over a bit. Because we're going to need the granary, not straight away, but we'll need it at some point. So let's get it ready. Also, a way to go with this is already apply to all that they will have ladies. And apply to all that they can have different workers there. And we can now already sell some firewood if we want to. They can also buy firewood straight from the forester, so don't worry about that. They can do that. But I like to have it in a market stall. And then we have the market stall ready as well to start buying some products from our people and reselling that so that we can get immigrants in for these houses. Another thing we need not forget, of course, is water. Because we don't have stones, we can't really build the stone well yet. And this area is pretty cramped already. But that might just go with this area then. I'm actually thinking of placing this somewhere here then. So that we can keep the whole idea of the park in the middle. So we'll just place 2 wells here. There'll be 2, 4, 6, and 5, 11 houses, 2 wells. That will do the trick. And these can use it too. You don't need that many wells. Some people think you're elite like a well for every 5 houses. That's not really the case. You can build up to 10 houses for 1 well. Depending on how many kids live in it. If you have a lot of kids, then you might need it per 8 houses. But you don't need that many wells, so... And of course, I need to keep my eyes on chat. Hello, Pledge Plays! Nice to see you drop in. How are you doing? Dropping a like while at work. Ooh, well, we don't want to distract you from your work, of course. But thanks so much for popping in. That is much appreciated. So, how are you at work? We usually say a little shit in the corners. No one has died from it. But it keeps allergies away instead of sterile, clean homes. True, true. Well, we need to get... There are germs and stuff that you have to keep away. So like when you work with raw chicken and stuff, you can get pretty sick from that. So please, if you work with raw chicken and stuff, clean your stuff. But being too clean has its downsides, especially for kids. It doesn't mean you should grab your kid and find the biggest mud pool that you can and just drag it along 10 times and then you get a healthy kid the rest of your life. That's probably not how it works. But yeah, let them go outside, let them get dirty, just take a shower at the end of the day and it'll all be fine. Can't believe there's no bakery. Bakeries are a staple of civilization. Well, there's been a lot of hints of a bakery, but it's just not in the game yet. But I think it will be in the game. We just have to be patient for it. I hope it's already coming with Alpha 6, but we don't really know, so we'll have to see. Our work is chill, so all good. Oh, that's nice. You want to share what you do? If you don't want to share, that's fine. But, well, we're interested. Hey, Mike. Good to see you, my friend. How are you doing, and how's your mother doing? Is she all back up her feet, or... Still some issues. A Muscovy duck. Then it tastes like... What's a Muscovy duck? I never ate duck in my life. So is that like a duck you can eat? Or how does that work? Probably missed some in chat here. If you lay out enough stones, can you say the whole town is stoned? If you do the whole town, then yeah, probably. One cow says to another, what do you think of this mad cow disease? The other says, it won't affect me, I'm a duck. Oh dear. I gotta look for a bit. Catch you all later if I am back in time. Yeah, okay, thanks Cirrus, you have a good one. Much appreciated that you're here. Hope you ordered all the right cart parts. And yeah, you have a good one. Alright, we can start decoing up a little bit. Not too close to... Because we have all the trees and stuff in. See, we have 20 logs already. House number 6 is coming up. It's August. We started in March, April, May, June, July, August. So we are almost 6 months into the game. 6 houses built. So we're good. We're on time. We'll get there. So yeah, we can start planting some of the trees if we want to. So let's do the first bits of decorating. Always nice in my opinion. I mean, a good town needs some decorations. And of course, I always really enjoy the good music in this game. This game is amazing with its music. Yeah, we need to finish this off like this. Okay, there we go. That's the first row of trees around, so let's get that decorated. I work in media at a church. In media at a church. Is that like during the services and stuff that you make sure that the broadcast goes right and stuff? Or do you like make folders and vouchers and stuff that they use? Or how, what exactly is that? Is that what... Are you like the cameraman during the service making all the fancy shots? Or how does that go? That's interesting. Yeah, that got wheat and flour. Why Devs doesn't put bakery? Well, the thing is, Master Tetsky, one of the things this dev is totally crazy about is historical accuracy. And I've been amazed actually by the amount of historical accuracy there is in this game. And I don't know how they did it at the time. If at the time people would go to a windmill, buy flour and make their own bread and there weren't really like community bakeries, then he will not add it into the game. So you have to know about the history of Ostriv and the areas around it and stuff to know what was there. So, I mean, I'm not saying that they didn't have bakeries. I simply don't know, but I assume they would have had bakeries. But it has to be really there in this time period, otherwise it will not get into the game. So, which I really love about this game. All the historic accuracy and stuff. That's so good. I was way off patch base. I thought you were a hitman. Well, he makes all the social media hits for the church, so I guess it's pretty almost. How many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? It takes only one, but the light bulb has to want to change. That's a good one, actually. Usually with these jokes, you need like a handful of people to do it, so that's a good one. Two shrinks meet. The one says to the other, "You're fine, how am I?" Oh dear. I manage a team, run social media, organize set list, website, mobile apps, etc. Wow, nice. And do you then like go to the church and work there? I guess you can do a lot of your work from home, can't you? That is nice. And do you secretly every now and then just play games during the service? What's a deer's favorite type of cheese? A fondue. Yep, we're there with all the jokes again. That's how I know you all. Alright, we need to get the wells up a bit, because otherwise the people will get thirsty. The first 9 can do with this one well, though. You can see it's not really running out at any time soon, so they can do with the one, but we'll just have to get them all in. We can see there's only 3 tents left, so all the others already moved, which is great. One of the things we did not incorporate into the town yet, though, is some new cart parkings. Now we're going to need a cart parking. I actually feel quite tempted to just place it next to the smithy. But I don't think that looks nice, so that's kind of not what I want to do. Where to go with the car? Hard parking. Where to go? Well, we can place one here. That could work, but it's not the most ideal spot, I guess. Maybe we can do one off the back here. Well, not be really in the way. I think I have a better idea. What if we do... Oh, we also have to get the... Yeah, we're going to place it right here because we also have to get the carpenter. Or the right. It's a change of names. It was the carpenter, but now they named it the Cartwright because it got in with hotfix 36, I think. Because apparently that's a more suiting name for what it is. And I'm fine with all that. I'm not really worried about it, so... let me just build this in the back here, I think. Close to where the wooden stuff is and all the other stuff, so that's good. I think I should do it like this, and then... We have to think of the streets in the game. So this is a street, and then here should probably also be a street. So that we'll put it right there. And then I guess we can incorporate a cart parking with it. Maybe even two if we do a good job. Can we? Yes, we can. Maybe we should make like a cart park area or something. I think we can do a car park out here. So it will be next to this road so that they can quickly take it and use it on the road. And we'll just do two then so that we get a lot of carts in here. They'll have to remove the trees, but they'll be fine. No worries with that. And then after all these industries, we really need to get some houses ready so that we can grow our population. But we'll see. Any idea how to get more bee or honey in the village house? The idea is that as soon as you create a demand, so as soon as your granaries start to buy honey, for instance, or your traders, there is a higher chance that new houses will spawn beehives. But I've been hearing that from different people, but I've never seen a real test with it, and I've never really seen any proof of it. So I don't know if it's true, but that's what they say. So they say if you create no demand for bees, that the chance of getting beehives is smaller than when you actually have a demand for honey. So I don't know about that. I think it's pretty random, but we'll see. Well, yes, but I'm full-time at the church. I do a little at home, but mostly at the church, which is also a school I help with. So, yeah, well, I guess if you're the head of the media team for church and school and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, you're pretty busy. But that sounds like amazing work, so that's cool. And nice of you that you can still drop into to the chat here. So thanks so much for being here. That's great. Bakeries were more town and city stuff. If you look close to the building houses, you can see those ovens. Their primary function was to be good for baking bread. So yeah, I guess it's pretty accurate then that you do have farms where they produce wheat, then you have the windmills, and then they bake stuff at home, I guess. Okay, interesting. Cool. So I guess it's just accurate the way it is, so that's good. Alright, it's September. We need one more house, and we still have a part of September, October, and November to get this done, so that should not be a problem. So we get to the 9 houses in time. That's already bonus. I like it. We can see people using the benches. Nice. Always good. Gives me time to watch the chat. I only watch YouTube and support while at work. No gaming PC at the church, only at my house, but it's a great idea, lol. Well, you have fun then. Just make sure to turn the audio off and make sure that if you have like a big screen in the church that nobody can see you game, or they'll all get distracted while the service is busy. So, oh, that would be interesting though. But yeah, better not, I guess. Don't want to risk your job. Yeah, it's interesting information for them. Yeah, thanks about the bakery. So could be that we'll get bakeries, but maybe a little bit more like with the row houses, that you have to get a lot of bricks and stuff, so that you can't build them in your early town. You really have to wait to set up the whole brick production, and then you can get bakeries in town. That would be nice. Or maybe, I can imagine one of these big row houses having a bakery at the bottom as a shop, and then people living above it. So maybe they can incorporate it into the big row houses then, to stay with the historical accuracy that you would see it in cities and big towns. I don't know. That's just a thought. Just a thought. In old times, the bakers had their own special yeast. They would guard it and keep it to pass on to the apprentices. Oh, cool. Did you hear about a dyslexic atheist insomniac? He got no sleep wondering if there was a dog. Oh, boy. I've heard bees are in decline, at least in the USA. Well, it depends. Most honeybees are not in decline, but all the other bees are in decline. Because we're all killing them, of course, with our insect sprays and stuff. And that's going to be a problem. Because, for instance, they have a lot of orchards where they place honeybees to... I don't know what you call that process, but like... In Dutch we call it bestuiven. So that, you know, the trees can grow their flowers and stuff and they will actually bear fruit. And the interesting thing about bees and stuff is that if you take a look at all the different species of bees and bumblebees and stuff, they all evolved in such a way that they're usually good at pollinating, that's the word I was looking for, pollinating, one or two specific species of plants. So there's actual special bumblebees that are really good at working with apple trees, and there's another species that's really good with pear trees and so forth. And since a lot of times people will just get like honeybees or a generic type of bees and put a box in the field and then think everything will get pollinated, yields drop dramatically. Or they could have way higher yields, up to like 60%, if they would use the right bees for the right type of fruit tree or flower or whatever. So it's actually very important that we keep all the different species, because they all have their different jobs to do in nature. And we're slowly starting to see more and more people becoming aware of that. That's where science comes in, because there's a lot of scientific research that goes into this, and they find that stuff out. It's really interesting, but yeah, we should probably do a little better job at keeping all those different species of bees and stuff. Alright, it's October, we got the 9 houses, so at least that worked out. We do see now we have only 220 thatch left, so we're going to need the thatchery. But yeah, we're building the thatchery soon, so that should be good. Is hops a flower? I think at some point it might work as a flower, so it probably has to be pollinated, I don't know. Pollinate, yeah, thanks Rodok, thanks, I got to it. Sometimes it take a little detour, but I get to it. How do you spot a radical baker? They always go against the grain. Well, you have some good jokes tonight, Cooper, I love it. Hey, Body Shot, good to see you, how are you doing? How's your back today? I was looking at your stream today, your live thing, and I was like, oh, it's Friday afternoon, your time. Where's the Stranded Alien Dawn? So I was crying in my bed all day because I was missing your stream on Stranded Alien Dawn. No, just kidding. I was missing it, actually, but... Did watch a little bit of the other game, the new one. That looks interesting. Hey, Alaskan Supra, good to see you. How are you doing? How's your sister? Congratulations with your sister reaching 400 subs. That's really nice. Well done. Cooper always had good jokes. Yeah, but they're not all rated in such a way that I can always say them out loud on my stream. Let's just put it like that. But yeah, he does have a ton of good jokes. That's very true. That's very true. Oh, no, this afternoon. Ah, okay. So it will be your Saturday. I thought you meant your Friday afternoon, but it's your Saturday afternoon. Ah, my mistake. Okay, good. So probably tomorrow morning I can watch a bit of that. That's great. All right, let's get a worker in, meaning that we have to get one out of here because, yeah, we don't have new people yet. Let's start setting this up. That's all good. But yeah, more and more people can set this up. We need iron and charcoal to make nails and metal parts. We don't need horseshoes. We still have 1,000 iron, so yeah, we should be able to make quite some decent nails. And of course, we need to not forget one of the most important buildings in the game. The trader. Why do we need a trader? Well, without a trader, we can't buy the goods that we need. What if we can't buy the goods that we need? Well, then we'll end this game soon, because we need to import iron at some point. If we don't do that, we will be, well, basically like going bankrupt or something. So, because then the game just grinds to a halt. We can't make nails anymore. We can't buy anything. We can't finish this building. So then we'll have a problem. So we'll have to work on that. New game is amazingly gorgeous and has surfboards too. Ah, nice, nice. What's the goal of the new game then, Misfit? Don't birds eat all insects? They do, and bees and stuff. Like, we have these big spiders with a cross on the back in the garden, and there's some are getting really big at the moment. If they catch a bee, they will also eat it, but usually bees are strong enough to actually just penetrate the web and fly through. Sometimes they're not, and then they'll actually get eaten. And there's, of course, the big hunting spiders that actually do eat wasps and stuff. And you have the big hornets that actually hunt wasps and stuff. So it's not true that they don't really have natural enemies. Maybe not in Sweden, but out here they do. So they do have natural enemies. Doing great. And yeah, congrats to Sis Bluey on hitting. Yep, very true, very true. I found Bluey on last week's raid. She's very entertaining. Yes, very true, very true. A lot of nice and entertaining people out there. Just have to find them. Alright, I'm already contemplating where to place the trader, and I didn't put it down yet. I think it could go somewhere here, because it fits this little area like the... We can keep this as a street. We place it somewhere here. I kind of feel like we should place it something like this, though. But then it will feel a bit weird. I don't know. I think we have to do something special with this building somehow. Could also just try and fit it like this, so that the street will run through the building. That could also be funny. So if, yeah, we should do it like this then. But then we'll make the street go through the building. So we can build like a row of houses on this side, a row of houses on this side, some more industries here, and then the street will actually move through the building. I think that can be nice. Now we need to get this building in time, so that we don't run out of nails. I think for now we are good, so we can keep going for a bit. But yeah, we need that. We also need thatch, so let's make sure that only the ladies work in here, because we have ladies available and no men. And now we can actually get some thatch going. Now, these little houses did the first harvests, which is great. Let's just check what they have. Well, they have some onions. I want to go with all the foods that don't spoil, which is honey, the peas, buckwheat, but yeah, let's go with some peas and honey first. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up honey and peas in here. We're just going to set it up for 100, and that's what we're going to buy from the locals. That means that as soon as I put a worker in here, the locals can come and sell me honey and peas. And let's see if they actually will. I kind of hope so. But these people need to be home in order to go there and sell it. But they should. And then, yep, there we see. The first peas will be sold. 98, which is good. And then here we can sell some peas and some honey. That will put food on the market. And that will solve that little issue. See, it says not enough food for sale. And now it's enough food for sale because we are actually selling that. And we have no housing available. As soon as we build another house, we can have immigrants coming in. I'm actually going to switch this house over. I want to build the garden houses now. Because then they are ready before the next year. And we can grow some food on it. So, I want some peace too. Yeah, well, don't we all want peace? I mean, how can we be pro-war? I mean, everybody needs to want peace. Just to preserve human life, which is valuable. I believe the premise of it is saving nature's spirits and defeating the deep. Not too far into it yet. Okay. The vaguest answer has ever been given. Well, it's about preserving nature and fighting something evil. Okay, good, good. Man goes onto a butcher. Can I have a pound of wasp? I have no wasp. What do you have to do in the window? When I was a kid, I loved peas. I can still eat them like a rational human being. Wow. I ask about bees. Now the chat topic is all about bees. Oh yeah, but the great thing with this chat is there's so many great people in here. And we talk about anything. So if you start talking about peas, and then we talk about that. And if you start talking about bees, then we talk about bees. And that's what I love so much about you all. We can just talk about anything. Almost anything, because some topics are not to be talked about on here, because this is not the right area. But yeah. You are all such amazing, great people, so I love it. Okay, there we go. Extra trees out here. That's nice. Yeah, this kind of looks good. Hey, Kello Clone! Kello, good to see you. How are you doing? Nice to have you in. Now we chat about bees eating peas. Oh dear. Your carts are wearing out. Build a cart, right. Well, that's what we're doing. We also need a farm. That's true. We're also going to need a farm. Now, this is the edge of the map. So this is actually good. Because then we can build some fields along the edge, which I think is nice. We're keeping the farms a bit on the edge. I just don't know how big the field's going to be. No fun intended, but yes, I said B there. But we'll just build the farm here, and then we can see what we can do with the fields. I'll build the farm like this. Oh, so many stuff to build now. We can get this one later. Also want to build the farm before the end of winter. So that we can set it all up and have a harvest next year, which will be good. But yeah, let's work on that. Ah, so much to do, so much to do. And chat's going so fast. But hey, thank you all so much for being here. It is much appreciated. It is a Friday evening here. For some, it's already Saturday morning. Some might have Friday somewhere during the day. But so nice that you spent your precious time here with me and with everybody in chat. That's much appreciated. So thanks so much for that. We all hope you enjoy and have a great time. If you do, please hit the little like button. It really does help me out in the algorithm. So thanks so much if you are willing to do that. That's just amazing. Thank you. Never been a fan of bees. Bees are fine. Never been stung by a bee, so they must like me. I've been stung by a big bumblebee once. I was at work wearing pretty strengthened shoes, and apparently he got on the side of it, like where your foot and your shoe meet, and I stepped, so I probably squeezed him a bit or whatever, and he felt threatened, so then he stung me. That's the only time I got stung. Did get like a big lump on my foot for a day, but that's it. So I don't know if that means that you're allergic or something, but did not have anything bad with it. It's just hurt a lot because it was a very big black bumblebee with a big stinger, but oh well. I survived. Carpenter bees. Oh wow, I don't know about all those different bees. I got stung by a bee. After 2 agonizing dives, the bee died. Oh. Likewise, on my bed, waiting to fall asleep. Ah, well, usually my voice is good for that, so you should probably fall asleep soon then. Alright, we have the numbers in terms of the food, and there's numbers in here. So we are good on the food. These are just there for once we get to clothing and stuff, but that's going to take some time. Almost the end of the first calendar year. Not the first year in the game, of course, because you start the game on the 1st of March. So the 1st of March will be the end of the first year, so we have some time left. We got all the nails to bring in the wood now. I think we should already order an extra cart now. Why? Well, because we can. This guy's just collecting all the stuff that he needs. But that should not take too long, because he's close to that place. We do have a few parts, but not too many. We only have 3 metal parts so far. Ah. Did he already? No, he didn't repair carts as well, so... Going to go a bit bigger on the parts. Oh well, after this we're going to build 2 houses. We can get immigrants then, so that'll be helpful. Getting some extra people to work in the village. Kettle time, you do that, dog. I'll keep trying meet up with the chat. On the edge of the map, please put cotton trees. Just a request. I don't think we have cotton trees. At least not that... Oh, the cottonwood trees. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. But I'm not going to do that right now, because if we do that now, they will start to go there, plant all those trees, and we will run out of wood in no time. But we'll see. Giant cotton tree that dominates the Arctic wilderness. That's why it's so white there. Ah, okay. I've shelled a lot of peas in my hand in my life. Stems happen. Bumblebee have no stinger, they burn you. Yeah, that's the guy, that's the Bumblebee that actually turns into a car from Transformers. That's a different one. They don't all look like that. They have tiny pitchforks and they're willing to use them. Oh dear. Oh boy. Just been told it's your anniversary tomorrow. Happy anniversary to you both. Thank you very much. It is, it is. And yes, I did my husband's duty. I bought flowers and I actually bought them today. So the surprise is real, because of course she was kind of expecting me to do something tomorrow, which is not really how I roll, because when things are expected of me, I usually just don't do them because I hate doing expected stuff. So I bought them today and she was completely surprised because I never do those kind of stuff. So that was actually what I wanted, so it's good. And I'm done, and she has all day tomorrow to look at the flowers, so I'll get some silence tomorrow. Nice! There's never enough wood for all the projects you need. True, true, true. But yeah, thank you. It's the anniversary. 13 years of marriage. Yeah, there's actually somebody that put up with me. Not for 1 year, not for 2 years. Tomorrow, already 13 years. It is possible, people. Nobody knew. People betted against it. But I did it somehow. I don't know how, but... You're onto it. Well... I don't know. I had to go to the store and I thought like, oh, you know what? Let me get these today so that I don't have to go out tomorrow. And it worked. Just thinking here, because we have already trees at the outlier. I kind of want to build some sort of a park, but I also kind of want to fence it off a bit somehow, so that you get the idea, or at least that they will really use the areas for roads. This one isn't placed how I want it to be placed. I should probably start out on this side. So if we start out here, I should probably do this. And then we go like this. And we do the same on this side. So that you kind of really create that road area. And then I think we should leave something of an opening here. So I'm going to measure it like this, so that's straight. We'll leave an opening right there. And then we kind of do the same out here. If I can, yeah, place is occupied. I was afraid of that. Means that this one is slightly too long then. Probably already go up slightly, and then yeah, now we can get sort of past it, but not completely. Okay, so this generates an inner area, and now we can probably like put in 1 or 2. I'll put trees on the corners, like this. Okay, then we'll put in 2 big trees in the middle here. Then, of course, we need some benches. People to sit. And then we'll probably just go with some bushes. I don't know. We'll just see. This is all trial and error, so if we don't like it at some point, we can just remove it again, but... let's go with the Gilder Rose bushes, because I like those a lot. I kind of want to give these people that might just drop and sit there and give them some privacy. Well, at least that's the idea. There we go. I don't know. We'll see how this looks when the trees start to mature. But at least we now have a decorated area, which I like. That's always a good thing. Seeing the half of all divorces happening in the first 5 years of married life. 13 years is an achievement. Ah, thank you. I've been missing some of the chats, though. Happy anniversary, Pat. You go, my friend. I always look for flowers for my wife work, so she could show them off to her friends. Ah, yeah, well, she'll be talking about this to her friends, so that's good. 13 years of freedom gone. No way. Yours in April, body shot, I think, unless I'm wrong. 3rd. Nice. Oh, the 5th. 5th of April. Nice. It's in the Bot's Book of Love. Nice, Gav. Nice. You're really good at all that kind of stuff. You remember all those things. I always have a hard time remembering all those things. That is a charmer. Oh dear. I don't think so. I don't think so. Bunnings do the best anniversary gifts. Trouble Body Shop was very happy with the foot massager you got from Anne Summers. Oh dear. Oh dear. I like your design in this one. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, at least I'm trying a bit to just, I don't know, get creative and do something different than usual. It works out. That's up to you, but I'm trying. Alright, we need a bit more thatch than our farm is ready. We still have a little over a month before it's sowing season. It's the 1st of March, so it gets done in time. We can start setting up a few fields, so that at least we can get a little bit of an harvest in. Of course, we're gonna go with the same buckwheat and potatoes as we always do, because that's just easy for food. And that's exactly what we're going to need, just some food. The more food we get in, the more we can go with non-garden houses. I want to build a very mixed town, though. Let's get rid of this, because I don't like this. Please, ladies, get off. Thank you. So we'll have to do that. But yeah, we also need the trading post, and we're going to need a town hall soon. So, Bill is hopeless. He goes out 3 minutes later. He comes in with a full gift cards for the win. Ooh. Happy 20th anniversary, darling. Here's a $20 Steam gift card. What game will you get me? Oh dear. We all know Kev has the world's biggest spreadsheet set up for his streaming. So, oh yes, he does. 2 more years in Crystal. Oh really? Oh, I'm not into all that kind of stuff actually. I don't keep score like that and stuff. I'm just like, okay, we're happy, we're good together, and all the rest is I don't really care about. Let's get a lady manager if we can find one. I mean, you can never be sure, but we'll try. Now, it's very tempting, of course, to go with the standard farm where you just build the same fields over and over again. But it might actually be nice if we do a farm where stuff looks a bit different, won't you agree? It will impact yields, so that'll be an issue, but let me just rotate like this for a second. What if I have to go as wide as can be for this one, I think. So that the field will actually... the entrance will actually be on that side, so that'll work. But what if we go and try and get a few creative farm fields? I mean... we can try, can't we? So this can be a field. I'm just going to try some stuff. We can delete it anyways. This should then also be 20, I guess. I mean, we don't always have to go with the boring ideas. So this is 2 fields. They're now looking a little bit differently shaped. Will this work? I'm not sure, but I'm going to try. So this can be the entrance to another field. Let's do it 35. Then go a little bit like this. That's field number 3. Field number 4. This can be a straight field. I mean, there's nothing wrong with one straight field, but at least now the fields don't look like the usual straightened out perfect fields. And then we can probably set up a few fields here too. The only downside is we can only do the we can only go with 4 corners. That's why I would really love this game to get multiple corners in, because they'll just change the layout. If we can get like 6 or 8, a maximum of 6 or 8 corners, I think that would just change the whole layout of all the fields. And that will make it a lot more fun to create farm fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But this needs 7 trees removed, so that's gonna take some time. And I think we should go with 9 fields, probably. We'll make these 2 straight. Or, yeah, too long, so... We'll make these 2... Oh, it didn't align here, actually. That was my mistake. Okay. Let's go 50, and then down here in the corner, yes. At least now we have a little bit of a different looking farm. Later on in this build, I want to do another cartwheel farm. I know I can do it, so that's hopefully going to be fun, but that will take some time. Now let's start setting up the farm, because it's almost the sowing season. We're going to not get field 7 ready in time, so let's lower that one to field 9. Let's get started. They'll do some buckwheat and potatoes, a fallow field, buckwheat and potatoes. Potatoes, buckwheat. This way we always get 1 harvest of each with 3 fields. And we'll do the same with this one. Buckwheat and potatoes. Oh, are we actually doing the same one? Potatoes can go with wheat and buckwheat can go with wheat. So what we can actually do is we can do some wheat here. So that we can get into... some flour as well. And then with these 3, we can actually do wheat and potatoes. Probably do it like this. And this one will be a fallow field, then wheat and potatoes. And this will be potatoes and wheat. That way we have always 3 of each. So we'll always get 2 of each. 2 buckwheat, 2 potatoes, 2 wheat will always grow. Okay, nice. Let's activate the fields. They will all have different sizes, but it's fine. It's just about the fun. It doesn't have to be all like it normally is. Let's get some ladies in so that they can actually work the fields. Might be helpful. Yep. I always set these numbers to 500, so I want to do that already. We're not getting any of that in yet, but it will be fine. Now we just need to finish a few houses, get some extra people in. That will be helpful. We have 1 in here, 1 in here, 4 in here. That means that's already 6. And we have only 9 ladies. So 7, 8, 9. So we'll get 2 out of here so that they can fill up the farm completely. So that they can actually do some good job. And then we'll see. Now, I've been neglecting the chat, of course, because I was busy with this. So let's see. Not too much happened. Never go near beehive hungover or you have eaten banana. Oh, wow. They will give you a lot of honey through injections. Call the farm Green Acres. Yeah, I wish we could change names and stuff, but that's not in the game, so that's not going to happen. Would be fun, though, if we could do that kind of stuff. We can now see winter is ending, and as soon as this switches to the 1st of March, there it is. They will now start to sow in the fields, which will take them some time, but that's okay. And then we're really going to get into some farming. Oh, nice. There they go. See, they're actually doing sowing. That's great. Trying to hire a lot of hands, but they really can't, so... It'll be fine, though. Well, now just really need to focus on town growth with all the houses. Well, we already have 6 houses planned, so that's in the works. That should be good. Makes me wonder if the name Morgan is from Morga. Oh, I don't know. Now to either decide what for breakfast or talk Body Shot into making pancakes. Well, depends on how bad you want pancakes. But if you want pancakes, you probably should have bought the flowers yesterday. Then you might not even have to ask for it today. So, you know, you have to plan ahead a bit. So who of you all in chat actually plays Ostriv and enjoys the game? And what's your idea of building a nice town? How do you do that? You go heavy on all the decorations? Do you just work with different shapes? Do you combine them? I know some do actually try to build only efficient towns. So how does that work? Okay, well, first field almost ready. Not going too fast, but they have 4 ladies here now, so that's the good news. Oh, we have 1 as a manager, of course, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So all the ladies are at work already. So they really need to finish this house and get a new family in, so that we can get an extra worker in the farm. We just get these guys out so that they can be hired for a bit, but the good thing is we don't really need the farm food, so we can just hold off on that. That's fine. That's not a big problem. I think I may just have to do a bakery run and pies for breakfast. Nice. Tried quitting weed, but we made up. Not played it personally, just watched and hear Body Shop playing it. Well, that's nice, that's nice. I mean, I love this game. It's so good. 6 more trees need removal, so they are slowly removing the trees. Now, there's a little trick to speeding that up. You can see we have so many logs already. They can slowly accumulate even more, but at some point it might just say that they're done. If you want to speed it up, you can just destroy their logs, or at least a part of it. So I'm now going to tell them to destroy 10 logs. They will instantly disappear, giving them some more space for extra logs. And that might speed up them bringing in the logs here, because then there's more room, so they can just go straight for the next run and get another log. So that can really speed things up. They're now going to sow the logs for wood, so they're not going to do that. And then it's the end of their shift, so they're going home soon, take a rest. But that's the way that you can speed that up a bit. So sometimes if you're struggling to get all the logs from a certain place, make sure you empty out your forestries with the logs, so that they can keep bringing in new logs. That can really help out. Hey, Gamer Mama! Good to see you. How are you doing? If you force evict a family in village, then a new family will change the plants to accumulate a bee. I don't think you can actually kick these out now. You can relocate them to another house. That might actually work. But I don't know if it will work before... Like, this house, when it got ready, they already put in the beehives, I believe. And then later on the family actually moved in. So we can check that, I guess. Once this house is ready, we should see if it already comes maybe with some beehives or with some bushes before the family... See, now the family only arrives. The bushes were already there for the fruits. So I don't think it matters sometimes whether there's a family in it or not. But we're going to check that soon, once this house is ready. Alright, we have a new man. He's unemployed. We have a lady. She's unemployed. She could work at the farm, though. And our little male friend can work as a builder, speeding up the building process. They have 2 kids, but they can't work. As you can see right here, there's not a lot of kids in town. And the kids that we have are all very young. So there's not a big chance that they'll get married anytime soon, which is good. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully we can just build a couple of houses and get some new guys in. And girls, of course. The last city builder I played was Foundation. I haven't been back to that in months. Yeah, I dropped that too. Kind of done with Foundation. How many logs from a tree? Is it always the same? I have seen trees give up 2 logs. It doesn't say when you click on a specific tree, but I believe the big ones give you 2 logs and the smaller ones give you 1. I have seen them chop a tree and then actually see 2 logs laying around. See, they went here, they brought home a log, and there's still a log laying there. So I think they got 2 from that one. So there is a difference, but that's the only difference there is. It's either 1 or 2 as far as I know. So don't get your hopes up to get like a ton of logs from a tree. That's not happening. Of course, if you want, you can build more foresters. You can also plant your own trees so that they have trees close. So there's multiple ways to work with the trees. Alright, it's been past the 1st of April, so they can now sow in their gardens. There they go. We need to keep our eyes on this one to not miss what's happening as soon as the house is done, but we'll see. It's funny when you say mate to someone, it means something else in the USA, I think. It all depends on what you want it to mean, I guess. I love the layout of those houses. Thank you, thank you. When I am home, I like to play Ostriv. Oh, nice, Vladimir. Nice, Vladimir. So you played some Ostriv when you were home for 2 weeks. Build now government. Set 95% buying and 105 selling. Easy money. Oh, well, I need to build the government building, actually, to not run out of money at some point. But I have my own way of doing the government. You'll get to that. You'll see that when I build it. But yeah, it'll be special. Actually, will it fit in here? It will fit in here. So what we could do is we build another house series here, but we remove the middle house and put the town hall in there so that it's surrounded by all the houses. I actually think I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's all set up, so we can now go like this again. Build another set of these, but then we'll remove this one soon as we got the rest up as well. And then we'll put the town hall in here. Oh, that'll be nice, I think. I think that can be a fun layout. We need this one then. Yep. Let's press F1 and start lining this out so that it fits properly. There we go. This needs to go down. To be rotated slightly. Is okay? Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it will never all be exactly the same, and I think that's a good thing, actually. I mean, if everything looks the same, that's also kind of boring, so I have to make it look slightly different, so there we go. And then, yes, and then we remove this one. We're not going to actually build this one. All we're going to put up is a straight fence here for now. And then we can build the town hall in here. So that it's really part of the town that we started. I think that's nice. I think that's cool. Gonna leave us some room behind it for some trees. Won't be a lot of room in front for the trees, but that's okay. It needs a big arch, of course. I mean, we need to know somehow that this is the town hall. So let's just go like this. Set up some fencing. There we go. That'll be the town hall. Nice. Because, then we can tweak the economy to our benefit, which will be good. Of course, I need to keep my eyes on chat. If you sue a garden and it tears, do you have to sue it again? If it tears? You sue... Oh, you sue a garden and it tears. Yeah. It was very calming and entertaining. Good. Very good. Hey, Fire Lion! Good to see you. How are you doing, my friend? Mostly 2 log from big tree and 1 from small tree, but sometimes when you, for example, clean an area or field, even big tree only give 1 log. Yeah, I've seen difference from that, Cooper. Yeah, true. How is everyone? I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing, Firelion? Doing fine, that's good to hear. Allergy medicine is kicking in. Going to lurk and relax for a while. You do that, Steve. I'm glad the medicine's kicking in and you take your time. Have a good one. Thanks so much for being here, for all the chatting. That's much appreciated. Hey, Mowgli! Good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Hope you're good. Nice layout. Thank you, thank you. I'm good, thanks. Did some chores. Now just chilling. Nice, nice. Hope you did some good chores. Doing fine, pet. How are wifey and little one? They're good. They're good. Little one's fast asleep. Wifey's on a business meeting. That's why I started at 8 today, not at 7, the usual time. Because I had to get little one to bed. But that's all fine. I like that, so I like reading her a story and stuff, so that's all good. I still think we should also do some fencing out here. Trying to create the same little area as we did on the other side. So somewhat like this. And then we'll leave a big opening here this time. Kind of goes with the town hall, so that it kind of will look the same. Of course, we have to do this side slightly different. So in this case, we're actually going to place the wells, or at least one well, inside here. So the people can come in here, they can go to this well. They can get their water in here. And we have to decorate this place up a bit then. I think that will be nice. I always love the big cottonwood trees next to my town hall, so let's go with that. Yes, there's room for it in here. Good. Okay, that actually works out. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Well, that's going to leave them with a lot of tree planting, but that should be okay. Then we need some benches in here for the people to actually sit and talk, I think. You know what? Let's go a little bit like this time. So yeah, there's the tree. They should be able to plant it when we do it like this, so that should not be a problem. But it's just a different angle at how they sit this time. They can still sit and relax, so that's nice. Lurking. Okay, Firelight. I'm good, thanks. That's good to hear, Mowgli. What's your CPU and GPU, Pat? I believe I have a 5070 RTX. And I have a 9900 AMD something. Rodog probably knows better than me because I'm not the computer whiz. Rodog is the computer whiz. I'm just the guy that... Oh, I think I have the actual papers here, so it should say on here. Let's see. I have the Ryzen 9 9900X. And... Oh, that's the other one, but I already got that before this one, so I don't know about that. Can't see but the 5070 something. Is it on here? Nope, it's not on this form. Need to do my administration, by the way, but yeah, it's not on the forms here at the moment, but I do have a 5070 RTX, I believe. Is it on this one? Should be on this one, I think. Yep, I have the GeForce RTX 5070 Gaming. So that's what it is. Hope that helps you, because those numbers don't tell me anything. I just know my computer has a great time doing this, and he really doesn't feel like he's getting hurt or anything. So that's nice. I love it. Alright, let's take a look at the farm. We can see that there's fields been sown in. This is growing. You can see these little gaps in the field. You don't see them in this field. This was the first field sown in. This is sown in very tightly. The later date you sow a field, the more open gaps there will be, the less yield you will get from it, which is pretty cool. So you actually see that this field was sown in later. You can also see it by the growth. This has a way longer growth bar than this one. So those are the things that I like about this game. This field's also growing, but you can see it has a very small growth bar. So you can barely see the stuff that's actually growing there. So we won't get a lot of yield out of that. Now, of course, the more people we get into our town, the faster stuff will go. So yeah, we had some new families coming in. Ooh, this is not nice though, because these two will get married as soon as we get males of the right age. So it might be that with the next houses we don't get newcomers, or we might get 1 or 2 newcomers, but also people might get married. And especially in the beginning of the game, I always like the newcomers, not the newlyweds. So, because they'll just increase to the amount of people you have, but yeah, we'll be fine. Change it to stone, middle. Oh, what should I change to stone? That's well often I'd call stork. Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I probably miss stuff in chat. I'm sorry about that. I always include chillin', grillin', and filling my pipe. I still remember the first stream of yours when it was winter and I asked you if you can plant pine trees and we had a debate on Vikings and pines. Oh, really? Oh, I don't remember about the debate, but yeah, we can plant pine trees. We should have pine trees. Yep, we have pine trees, so we can do that. I do know somebody a while ago scolded me in a comment, I think, on one of my on my historic town series because I planted some maple trees in town, and he got really pissed at me because I planted maple trees. And who plants maple trees? Because you get all the sap from it, and the roads will get slippery, and this is so dumb. And I was crazy for planting maple trees. And I was like, dude, I just love the look of maple trees, and I don't care about the rest. It's a game. I just have fun. But yeah, somebody got really pissed at me, so that was fun. That was fun. Stone well. Ah, yes, stone well. But the problem is, for the stone well, we first have to get the stone production up, which requires the stone camp. It requires men doing the job, and it requires carts. And since we are already short of men, that's not going to work out. I'm just going to hold on and make sure that we fill this up with men so that we have a full build crew. The more men we have, the faster we can build. Then we also need some extra men in the smithy and in the woodcutter at some point. So I don't have the spare men to work a mining camp, get all that, and then make sure that we get the well. Plus, a well cost me 400 stones. At this point, in this map, we have exactly, I can show you, 1,000 stone here and 1,000 here. So that's 2,000 stone, meaning that we can build 5 stone wells, and then we're out of stone. There is more stone on the map, but we have to build a bridge for it to actually reach that. And I'm not yet willing to do that, because there will be a big investment and take a lot of time. So, even though I like the stone well a lot, we have to be careful with what we do with our resources right now. We don't even have the stone yet, so... Well, I do believe there's also maple trees that don't give out sap all the time and stuff, so it all depends on which maple trees and stuff. But yeah, it was very interesting to see somebody got that pissed over a few maple trees, but hey. I mean, it's your right to get pissed at me for making maple trees, but I just wasn't expecting it. Oh well. You can always have fun. Alright, we have a few free ladies. Let's put them... No, we don't need them in here right now. Let's just keep them free so that they can do stuff like fill out these charcoal piles. 3 more orders in queue, including repairs. Are they that slow with the metal parts? I didn't know that. They're really slow on the metal parts. Let's get an extra one in there. Let's get this guy out at least. Definitely need some extra hands soon, because we're not getting where we need to be. It was just after the trees update, I think. Ah, okay, okay. I don't know. I don't remember actually, Mowgli. I'm sorry. Just got a text from Wifey that she's on her way home. She's taking public transportation this evening, so she's a bit anxious, so she wants to text me every now and then so that I know that she's alright. So I'll have to keep my eyes on the phone. Sugary sap, we collect them from birches. Ah. There's so much stuff we can get from nature if we would still be in touch with nature, but we're not really like that in the Netherlands anymore, so... I'll talk about what a bird's doing to a car parked under the tree. Well, I know there's some trees that, for instance, different types of birds really enjoy sitting in at night. So if you plant those trees next to a parking lot, then you'll have a lot of pissed car owners because their cars will be not so clean. Oh, my stream's got to stop now because she's going home. No. Stream's not going to stop because she's going home. No way. I'll be here. I was just watching my phone. It's right in front of me. So no worries. I'll be here. I'll be streaming. Actually, she enjoys that I do this. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't cry for the stream. It will continue. Oh, not the singing, but the stream will continue, so don't worry about it. Here you can clearly see the difference in growth. This one just got to the W, this one got to the T, and out here it's already way past the H. So there's a big difference in how much yield we get from it. We can now actually start to see stuff on the field, but you can see the big gaps in here. So, and this, well, this is just a really sad, poor field. I wonder if we're actually going to get some stuff out of this field. Wow, that's really poor. I mean, it is actually potatoes. This is also potatoes. Look at the difference. These are potato plants. Actually going to give me some potatoes. And... yeah, I'm not so sure. Well, I like those little details in a game. A lot of games don't have these steps where you can really see the difference between a recently sown in crop and a later crop and have differences in yield. I love this about Ostriv. They did such a good job of that. Under this stream, Bill has come in with 2 voles and a mouse. Wow, they're all alive? You're going to need a bigger fridge to accommodate all those animals underneath it they're living there. That's a way of the cats to tell you to get a bigger fridge. How much? There is still 300 ore in here. There is still 500 in here. So we're good on the iron. Because you need like 10 or 20 charcoal and I believe 2 pieces of iron to make 1 nail. Not that much, so that's pretty good. Oh, here we go. Nail batches of 10, horseshoe and metal parcel 1. Each batch takes 200 units of charcoal and 2 units of iron. So we need 2 units of iron and 200 charcoal to either make 10 nails, 1 horseshoe and 1 metal part. So we can still make a ton of stuff with this amount of iron. But we do need to import it in the end. So that's what we're aiming for, to get the trader up and running so that we can import some iron. And maybe even sell some stuff to make some money. Of course, we can take out loans indefinitely, which I've never done, but we could. So, yeah, no issues there. And we have a little layout of the town, so that's nice. And now, soon enough, the ripening should start halfway into July. And then we can see how much we can get from these fields. This one should actually be pretty good. By the way, so when salt cost a little fortune, we used birch ash instead, which was made in March. That's why it's... oh, I don't know that last word, but interesting. Salt has actually been pretty expensive for a long time. Does animals introduced already? I've seen devs will put cat, dog, rodent randomly in houses in Alpha 6. Have you seen that actually? I haven't. The only animals that are in the game are the animals that live in the production buildings. So you have the chickens, the cows, the pigs, the sheep. And of course you can get the oxen and the horses. And there are birds flying around every now and then. You have to be a bit lucky to spot them. But there are birds circling around every now and then. Of course, now I'm trying to find one, and it's probably pretty hard to find one. But no dogs and cats and stuff. I know it's on the roadmap. You go to ostrivgame.com. You can find the actual game roadmap. And then you can see that there will be... Oh, there's of course fish that you can fish for. But other than that, yeah, I don't know what's actually coming. I kind of enjoy the fact that we don't know everything yet. So that'll be interesting. But I did read and stuff about the dogs and the cats and that they should be coming in at some point. But I haven't really seen one yet. So they're not in yet. It is Ukrainian for March. Ah, so the Ukrainian word for March, berezen. Okay, interesting. Very true, Kevbot. It's you guys and girls that make the channel respectful of each other's views and always considerate of other people. Patmos and the mods, thank you very much. Why not hit subscribe, like the stream, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Very true, very true. Thank you all so much, people. So much appreciated that you're all here. I can see 25 people watching, 19 likes. Thank you, thank you. Always a big encouragement for me to keep going. Not that I need a lot of encouragement because I just really enjoy what I'm doing. Yep, we still have everything for sale. We have a little bit to spare. And then as soon as we get the buckwheat in and the potatoes, it's now ripening. We might as well stop buying goods. We might actually already do that. Because we don't need it. We have these foods to actually spread around. So why buy the rest? Let's just get a worker in here and put in buckwheat and potatoes. So that we can sell those. And that should do the trick. Now, of course, they need to harvest. Which will take them a bit of time with the 5 of them. But it should not be too hard for them. At least I mean, it doesn't look like, oh, nice straight lines. But I like the fact that now the fields look a bit different than usual. I'm happy that we did that. Just need this area to take shape, because I think it will look pretty nice, but it has to take shape now. At least I do like this area. I like the way it looks right now. This is pretty interesting. Hey, Pillowmaker! Good to see you. How are you doing? The best streamer of Ostriv. Thanks for the new series. Oh, you're welcome. I don't know if I'm the best streamer, but I am. It is a new series, so thank you. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Potheads make the best joint decisions. Wow. 34 people, yeah. I kind of wish that we could grow a bit faster, but I remember my first game ever, I forgot to build the trader in time. And then you have to start over, so I'm always very anxious to make sure that I built the trader in time. But the problem lies also with the carts. We have only one cart available at the moment. So yeah, we need some more metal parts. We have the metal parts now, actually. This guy, taking a rest, he should just get the metal parts and make sure that he fixes that cart. We have them now. And I don't think he even needs 15 to actually repair a cart. Does it say how much he needs? Not in here. It might say it in here. No, it doesn't say, but I think it only needs like 5 or 6 to repair a cart, so should already be able to. Well, we'll see. It'll be okay for now. It will be okay for now. These actually hired 2 ladies, which is good. That means that we have a few to spare. There they go with the harvest. Look at this. I love it. They actually really harvest the land, so that's cool. Just continue buying and selling food for varieties in families. Less chance of dying and illness. Well, I will still sell all that we have in here. So that will be good. That's plenty. And these don't really need anything because they grow their own food for now. So that's good. I will not buy too much though, because we are paying the price for it. So, I mean, we're already down 550 coins from what we started with. So I'm a bit careful with that. But yeah, I will keep buying and selling until we actually really produce enough different types of good. We have the wheat now, but we don't have a windmill yet. So we can't make flour yet. So that's one of the things that I'm still concerned about, that we have to do something with. Hello, Maker. I miss you so much. Ah, well, here I am. Do you upload to your YouTube channel? Yes. Well, I upload a new Ostriv video every Thursday with the historic town. And this is now just live on my channel, and this will stay on the channel. So, for the next weeks, every Friday will be Ostriv night, and we're going to do some Ostriv streaming. So, no worries about that. That'll all be fine. I'll be doing this every Friday, and they will stay on the channel, so you can rewatch them as much as you want. I hope there's not another bug with the repairs, because he is working. The carts are there. He's just not going to pick them up. Even though we have the parts. And I don't like that. I want... Oh, he did fix one. Okay, good. No, he did not fix one. See? What's he doing now? Is he going to pick up... He picked up metal parts. Okay, good. Let's see if he now actually goes to do something. Yeah, 8. So, he's reserved 8. So, I think he needs 8 to repair a broken down cart. Because he picked up 1 cart now. 150 wood and 8 metal parts. See? Looks like it's 8. And now he's repairing it. Then he will return it. And then we'll get a new one. See? There he goes. So, it's 8, Cooper. Maybe it's changed lately, because I also thought it was 5, but apparently it's 8 now. It's fine, just good to remember. That's fantastic. Ah, that's good to hear, that's good to hear. Don't worry about buying. Your market will earn your coins too, so other families can have the other goods. Yeah, it's fine. It'll work out. There's still plenty to sell. We played this game a year ago. Oh, well then some changes came out already, that's for sure. As you can see, there was only one production tab. We now have one just for production goods. We have one for all the food goods, so that's already a difference. What's new? Ah, I'm not so good at actually knowing what's new. There's not a lot added in that perspective. Some stuff changed, so the name for the carpenter is now the cartwright, so that changed. I don't think a lot changed here. Well, you have the single cart parking now, so you can have a single cart parking that you can use. You can actually tie it to a building, so they will use that single cart parking. What else is new? I don't know if you already knew about the construction shed, so you can hire additional builders. Of course, we still have all of the decorations and stuff. Maybe some new fences that you haven't known about yet. We have the wooden bell tower. It doesn't have a function yet, but it will have a function later on, so that's new. You can now make burial plots in a row very easily, like this, as you can see. So that's a change. But there's a lot of changes under the hood to get ready for Alpha 6. So every now and then a hotfix comes out, or a patch comes out, to get ready for Alpha 6. So there's a lot of stuff that will come in. Then it must be changed to use to be 15 for new and 5 for repairs. Yeah, true, Cooper. So they changed that. So, is the cartwright called Ben? Oh, we can check. Let's see what the cartwright's called. I don't think so. His name is called Mikita Titko. And of course we got some new row houses with arcades and stuff. So there's a lot of cool stuff in the game now. You'll enjoy it if you play it. We have some nice overlays now in case you didn't play with that already. So we can, like, if you want to know how many fishing spots there are, you tick the fishing spots. And here we can see where all the fishing spots are. There's plenty, by the way, in this map. So that's cool. So there's a lot of stuff. We can show all the stored resources. And you get a quick glance of where all your resources are and how much is stored everywhere. You can even see what's laying on the fields. So there's plenty of stuff now in the game that's really helpful and nice. Added this year. Yeah, I always forget what's added this year, what was added before. But yeah, we do have the barber surgery now. So yeah, there's if you really want to know all that changed, just go to ostrivgame.com, I believe. Let me quickly check. Yes. You can also read the blog where all the hotfixes are in. So there's the link. You can see all the hotfixes from the last one, which is 10 days ago. And you can see all the things that got changed over time. So maybe that helps a bit. Alright, finally the trader is almost done. Don't need to put people in there yet. Just having it makes the difference, because as soon as we actually need to get iron, now we can. Also, all the carts are fixed now, which means that at this point we can build faster, because the whole transportation of goods goes faster. That's nice. Is it for just me, the stream buffering sometimes? I don't know. I do see it here as well. I don't have any drop frames. Speed should be good. So it says on my end everything is good. So I don't know actually. I can quickly do a speed test, but download 400 MB per second. Let's see the upload, because that's what's important for me. Right, the pie is acquired. Ooh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. But metal parts is a pain in the ass. Yeah, true, true, true. Alright, I should have 40 MB per second upload, and I have 42. So yeah, all should be good on my end, so hopefully not too much buffering. Could be something here and there every now and then happens, especially with YouTube nowadays. Struggles a bit with that kind of stuff, also with chat messages not appearing. Look at this, our last farm field's finally up. So we can set this one up. This should be a fallow field this year, and then we should get wheat and potatoes in. Let's activate it, and let's see. It should now switch over at the end of the season, but not 100% sure, so we'll have to keep our eyes on it. We'll see. Couple of times. Alright, well, it's out of my hands, people. I can't really work with that, so sorry. Hope it won't get too bad. Yeah, what sort of pies did you get? Ooh, pepper steak pie, sausage roll, and a quiche. Ooh, that sounds like breakfast and lunch in one. Nice. My PC should not have any problem. I have kind of the same PC build as Pat have. Nice, Cooper. You can do so good. Wheat! Oh yeah, there's the wheat. Getting it in now. Look at this, some nice numbers of food here. So, yeah. Oh, we're already out of nails. That's early. Smithy is just... Yeah, we used a lot of nails for the trading post. That's what's happening. Oh, and we're out of charcoal. And since the farm is hiring workers, this isn't hiring any workers. So... we're not getting new charcoal pile stuff in. So, we're not really getting any nails, so we can't finish the house. We just need 35 nails. Oh no! Well, at least they can deliver some resources to the next building already. I have an idea. My dear ladies. Yes, please, go out for a while. Go do some other stuff. Yeah. That's probably best like that. So we free up 2 ladies. They could either work in the farm or just start... See, now they're going to start filling this up again. There we go. Just need to juggle around some people every now and then, especially in the beginning. And then at some point it will all be fine. Spinach quiche for me. Nice body shot. You enjoy that one. You guys are buffering sometimes. You can delay 5 to 10 seconds. Yeah, that works sometimes. Not all the time, though. But it works sometimes to... if you just go delay 10 seconds. But of course, you want to stay up to date. So, I totally understand that. Okay, so out here we have a street idea as well. This is the other side of the street. Kind of doesn't really make sense to fence these areas off because they are already fenced off, except for the smithy. So I kind of want to go fence off the smithy area, so that we get more of a feel that this is actually the smithy's area. go. Now get this one into the back. Going to extend it a bit. Not too far. Just so that it will work like this. And then that's the area. Okay. Sometimes just a simple fence around a building makes an area look different already. And then of course if you are able to plant a few trees there, that can even make a bigger difference on an area. And make it kind of look like a little bit more natural or anything like that. Too close to another tree. Yeah, those trees are still standing there. I kind of want to make this one go there, so that should work. Close to another tree, yeah. I was afraid of that. Let's build another tree there. Always weird to say let's build another tree. You should probably say let's plant another tree there. And then a few out there. There we go. Of course, there's still a myth going around. If you build a bench close to the workplace, they will work more efficiently. That is not true, people. People will first, when they go home from their work, they will go home and then take a rest. So they will go into their house, eat and drink, and then sit down somewhere. So it's no benefit. They will always go to their home, so it doesn't really matter where you place the bench, so just place the benches close to their home. Come on, I really need to prioritize this, because we're not really getting in new charcoal for the nails. They've done all they can, they just can't continue with this. They've brought in a few resources as well. And now we're just waiting. You know what, let's get these guys out so that they can help out. See, now they're helping out with this. This helps, this helps. Try chopped boiled egg with onions, greens, pie sometimes. Ooh, sounds nice. Wow, I have a pepper X at an average of a lot of Scoville. Makes it the world's hottest pepper. It's recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records. Oh, wow. Well, you enjoy that one. I'll pass. Alright, well, the workers did some of the firewood. Now they have to wait to get some rest and then they can continue. And then hopefully we can get some charcoal going again. Always a bit of a struggle in the beginning. And since we're trying to make a nice looking town, it's even more of a struggle. Because a lot of work goes into making it look nice and not just building houses. That's why it's taking longer and longer. But we'll get to it. And I think the farm... Yeah, the farm is pretty much done. See, they're now hired on the farm to bring in stuff from the fields. And they have to do a little bit of harvesting here. As soon as the farm is ready, we should be good. So let's just speed up a little bit. Go speed 3. Let's just make sure that we finish work on the farm. And then hopefully... See, every now and then some guy comes in and supplies some goods. So he's actually taking a cart to do it, so that brings in another 1,000 quickly, which is helpful. Just needs to get up to 10,000, so we'll get there. My neighbor has grown them and I got one, but didn't dare to taste it. I'm hesitant if I will. Yeah, well, you know, I don't know what actually could happen. Like, could you get, like, stuff like, I don't know, like heart, arrhythmia and stuff because it's so hot? Or I don't know what the consequences could be, so I'm not eating it. Alright, just got a text from wifey. All is good. She's almost at the subway station close to her house. And then she just has to bike for a few minutes and she's home. So that's all good. That's Scoville rated chemical warfare. Yeah, probably. I think it's better if you click prioritize gathering in the farm since you have low population. That would be the case if we needed the food, but we actually don't need the food, so that won't be an issue. Plus, we still have half a month, And you can see that there's only some stuff left here. We put on the overlay and we can see all the stored resources. We can actually see that everything is picked up already. So there's no longer any need for that. Plus, next year, by the time we're doing harvesting, we will have built a couple of extra houses and we will have the extra hands that we need. So you can prioritize the harvesting if you really need the food, but we don't. So, I mean, we have only 3 houses without a garden. All the others have their own garden. They will grow their own food, so there will be no issues. Now, this one is filled up. It's burning. This one is almost done. Let's get a few extra men back in here so that we now can continue working on the housing. They're now both burning. Then they will get the charcoal in and we can really make stuff happen there. Good. Now, sometimes the game doesn't know what you're doing. Like, set your granary to buy fruit from local citizens. Well, we have already done that. As soon as you turn it off, see, then it gets back on. So that's a bit weird. We can leave it on for now. Well, that's okay. But we do have a lot of buckwheat and potatoes now. So, and the potatoes will probably spoil since we have already more than we can use. But it will be fine. All we need now at some point is the town halls to shrink our economy so that we can last with the money we have. It's the same size as a big strawberry. Imagine eat one whole roll. I'm pretty sure it would stop my heart. I think so, yeah. Wifey comes home, we'll ask the husband to fix something. Okay, guys, stream pause for 5 minutes. No. That's my day job. I fix the stuff in the house during the day, so I don't have to do that right now. It is, it's 10 past 10 in the evening here, so I'm not going out to fix some stuff. You can just sit at the table and gaze upon the flowers I bought her and be silent for a while. That should do it. Alright, we get new nails in. That's working out. They should be able to quickly produce some nails though. So yeah, all the nails are already collected, so the next house can come in. Houses only need around 90 nails. 15 inbound, 76 to be done. So yeah, it should not be too much of a problem. But we really do need to focus on some more housing to get things right. And we need some people in here because with the housing we will start to use more thatch again. This building does require 200 nails though, so I'm going to go do another house first. It'll be fine. No problem, I put up a couple blonde jokes that keep wifey away from bed and the PC. She does enjoy them, Cooper. It's just sometimes it's a lot of blonde jokes in a row. That's what she can't really stand. But she does enjoy a few good blonde jokes every now and then. She really does. Okay, I'm trying to keep the building queue not too big because the icons will shrink, of course, every time I add something. So I already have a lot of plans for the town, but not adding too much to keep things visible for everyone. So Patmos, what is a good time for Bodyshot to stream? What would suit you? Oh, don't you worry about me. Oh, that's cool. But no, I'll be little one will always be up at 7 AM in the morning, like clockwork. And then she'll wake me up telling me that she's going downstairs already. And I'm like, okay, you can go downstairs, that's fine. And she'll just go downstairs, make some breakfast and start painting or drawing or whatever she likes to do in the morning. So, and I'll be up like maybe 30 minutes after that, sometimes the same time. And I'll just wash up and get ready and stuff. So anytime you want to stream, fine by me. I'll try to be there. Some of it might be lurking because, of course, I have to walk the dog a bit and stuff like that. But yeah, anytime's good. So, but yeah, very good if you start to do some Stranded Alien Dawn, because then I can finally learn that game. So I can use all your tips. So yeah, please do. But yeah, if you start 8 AM my time, 9 AM, and I think usually on Saturday mornings when I get up, it's like 8 when you start streaming, I think. If you stream, but mostly when you do like your, I guess it's your evening/afternoon streams. It's usually around 8 my time. This morning, I guess, was earlier. But yeah, all is fine. Just do whatever you want to do, and I'll hop in at some point or watch it afterwards. But I'll most likely hop in at some point and give it a good look. But yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, we still need to build that well. Okay, here comes the next house. All the nails are there already, so that's good. They just need to bring in some of the extra stuff. And no new family in yet, so they're taking their sweet time to come to my town. Come on, get to my town. Just stream at a time of your convenience. Let's see, because I think I want to extend this row of houses, but they all have... Let's just change... Yeah, the size. This is better size, I think. Oh, well, we need one with a porch. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We also need to start getting a street to the side here. And I think it's fun if we do that right here. So that you get zigzag streets. So you walk here, then you have to go here, and then you get another street. And don't make all the streets go completely straight all the time. So we'll open up a space here for the street. And now we need the same size houses. So not one with a porch. Yes, the same like that. No, not the one with the porch. Also need this one slightly bigger. Come on. Without a porch, please. Yes, this is the right one. Okay. Well, that's a start. At least we get a big street here that is straight. But then these people will have to go like this. These will have to go like this. And we can create new little areas around here. I think that's good. I might do about 6 p.m. 6 p.m. 10-hour time difference, I believe. So yeah, that would be 8 my morning time. So I guess that would be excellent. Nice, nice. Well, I will do my utmost best to be there. And to cheer on and have fun. I'm not streaming. I've been ordered to be in chat. Since when are you good with orders? Oh, that's new. Oh, well, you all read it in chat, people. You can boss trouble around if you want to. Apparently he listened, so that's good. Good to know. It's 4:15 a.m. here, if my wife catches me. Another nag. Ooh. Well, it's 10:15 in the evening here, so yeah, I'll be... Well, wifey should be home anytime soon, although she just texted me she has a flat tire, so she has to walk for 5 minutes. I guess I'll be the one fixing her tire tomorrow. But yeah, should be fine. And then I guess stream will last for like another 12 minutes or something, 2.5 hours, should be a good time. But yeah, looking forward to it, Body Shot. You have a specific seed that you're gonna play on? Are you like gonna play on the standard world and specific seed, or are you gonna do one of the other worlds? We also need to organize a time for the game of 7 Days to Die, Gamer Mama. Ooh, you gonna play 7 Days to Die with Gamer Mama? Wow, that'll be one interesting stream, people. I mean, Gamer Mama knows a lot of variations for a word that starts with an F. She has all these different words that you can put in front or at the back of it, which is a whole range of new fun language that she creates. And that's a perfect game to get creative with that word. So that'll be one interesting stream. Alright, another house up. This one has a nice new family plus a young boy, so no marriage there. This one... Yep, no newlyweds, so this should also get us new people in. I didn't say I was listening, but I will be a good husband and be there. Someone has to keep her chat in line. Oh, yeah. You better bring your wrench then. The Bible teaches us to love each other. Kama Sutra teaches how, and the organizer who and when. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, no worries, Gamer Mama. That's your stream, so I don't have to worry about it. Like, and you do 7 days. I'm enjoying it a lot because there's a whole new world opening for me, so it's cool. But it's just not really something for my streams or what my viewers are accustomed to. But you be you. But yeah, for Sundays, I would appreciate it if you mind it a little bit. Not all of it, just a little bit. But I'm actually looking forward to you playing 7 Days to Die. That's going to be a lot of fun. No news on sorcery yet. Still waiting. Oh, wow. Going to do the trading scenario and found a nice seed a couple of weeks ago. Ah, okay, cool. I'm going to learn about the trading scenario. A new family settling in town. Another nice family with a young kid. 2-year-old boy, I think. And a 2-year-old girl. So they can get married later on. That's nice. Now we have 40 people in town. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. I have to start thinking about a little chapel soon, though. Well, at least for when we have to get past 100 people. Now, these people are getting hungry. They have plenty of money. There's food in here and there's food in here. So, yeah, there was no reason for these guys to be hungry. And now they're actually picking up some food. So that's good. But you will now see the first families. These are the first families that we got from the camp. They will now start to run out of food and they will have to buy their own food. These, of course, have grown their own food, so they have plenty. Like, there's plenty of peas and stuff around, so that's not a worry. So that's good. But yeah, the regular houses without a garden, those will have to get a lot of food into. But we can do it. It'll be fine. It will be freaking and fluffing for Sunday. Well, you know, I'm looking forward to Sunday already. Well, it was so nice. It was so cool. So I hope we can do a great job. And I hope to have found a little replacement for Roadhog for one time at least. And maybe even more, but we'll have to decide that all together, of course. But let me check. Ah, yeah, you answered already. So as soon as One Last Midnight does, then we can see. And I think if it all goes well, then the replacement can join the next time as well as the 5th player. So that would be very nice. Looking forward to it. Okay, this house is all the resources. Just needs to be built. And we already got quite a ton of nails. We have 40 in store. So we just need 31 more to finish the town hall. So that's actually good because we're getting a bit tight on money at the moment. I think we need the extra builders now. If we can get them, but I think so. We have 13 men. So this is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 in total. 9, 10. See, there's one being hired as a labor. 11, 12, 13. There's 13 guys that have a assigned job, and we have 13. So they should all now get into their assigned jobs, and that should fix that. Then we should have a few ladies doing labor work, but that's okay. That's actually quite good. And as soon as we get more houses done, we can attract even more men. And that might get us an extra smithy and a few extra people in the logging camp. Although these are all works done, so why would we get extra people in there at the moment? That's actually pretty good. We will just have to make sure we both pop out to the shed before the game came on. Yeah, really sad for his GPU. But luckily, it was only a few months old in full warranty. So he got all the permissions and stuff to send it back. And a new one is already on its way. It will just probably arrive after the weekend. So yeah, he can't be playing with us this Sunday. But he'll be back even stronger, I guess. But yeah, really sad that his GPU completely died on him. That's just not what we want to see, of course. I blame the multiplayer. Well, actually, while we were setting that up during the week, I was first trying and setting it up with him. He already experienced like 2 crashes, I believe. And it was already quite weird. And then it kind of kept hanging on. And then after the stream, at some point during that week, it broke down completely. So it was actually interesting that when we tried the multiplayer, it actually already crashed. But I don't blame the game, but could be. Who knows? Another new family with a new guy. And yep, that's good. That's perfect. Let's get one extra smithy because we... No, we're not getting a smithy. I'm getting a manager in here. Because we need to start trading at some point. I should probably get some charcoal in already. 10,000. I don't think I have an educated male free. This one is not educated. This one is educated. So, if I could take that guy out and put a new one in, the educated guy can work here as a manager. Now, we still need one more to actually go here as a worker. But then he can start to stock up on stuff. And we can start trading, make some money as well. And at some point buy some iron. We still have some iron in store. And 468 in there. So we are good on the iron for now. The result of my ultrasound was unclear. They have no clue what the lump is. The advice is not to overload the thumb. Probably an overloaded muscle or tendon. Oh, wow. Wow. Well, I hope you get well soon. That's not good. There was an evil computer virus which infected his computer and munched on it. Yeah, probably. But yeah, I hope it heals soon and that it goes away, because that doesn't sound really good, especially if they don't know what it is. It's almost the end of February. A new sewing season will start. Luckily, we have a few ladies available to do some jobs there, so that's pretty okay. But still, we'll see. Okay, just wood and clay. They have all that, so that's great. We have all the nails in as well, so please finish that building for me. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Alright, we actually got the manager in now. See, the smart guy's now working there. Now we need a worker in here. Don't have that yet, but might get it as soon as they finish this house. 92 nails, 88 nails, 96 nails, 91, 89. So it does fluctuate depending on the house, but not too much. So that'll be good. Autopsy will show it quite precisely. Yeah, a bit early for an autopsy. Oh boy. Oh, yeah. Where was it? The bird. Yeah, see, here's the bird. So for those that wonder, is there birds in the game? Here you can see the bird. It's actually flying around. It's circling. So yes, there is a bird in the game that flies around your towns every now and then. Which is already pretty cool. But yeah, we need way more animals in the game. Not even specifically for hunting purposes and stuff. But just to add some flavor. Like, you know, have a few deer on the map that run around and... I mean, even in Farming Simulator, you have some deer running around and doing some stuff. You can't really do anything with it, but it just adds to the lively stuff on the map. So I think I think that's pretty nice. I like that. Right, here comes the town hall. There's still a bit of snow inside, but it's melting, so that's good. Going to soon put up the roof. I called my doctor today, and when they gave me the result, I started laughing. Really something for me, yeah. Well, it's always better to laugh, I guess. Why was the blonde throwing bread into the toilet? She was trying to feed the toilet duck. Oh dear. Alright. Putting up all the beams. Now the big chunks of the roof. There we go. And we have a town hall. Let's straight jump into our treasury. Lower the wages because, well, people are way too expensive. I'll raise the labor wage slightly so we are more likely to get laborers. Land tax, yeah, well, that's all good. Let's lower this to 80 and then put this up to a lot higher than this. Put it up to 5. Tavern tax. Well, we don't have a tavern yet, but might as well just set it up. Same with the barber surgeon. Market sales price will be 20%, buy price will be 10%. So we still make money, but it's all a lot cheaper and our economy will be a lot smaller. And this should help us out in the end. So this is okay. And hopefully soon we can do some trading. But yeah, we have the town hall now, so that building has disappeared as well. We're going to get rid of this well at some point. Maybe we might just already set it up. And then once this one is empty, we have this whole area emptied out. And we can start to work our way that side to the river, which will also be fine, I guess. I wish they will put hunting cabin of some sort where there was a random food, animals running around, and hunter will just hunt it. Yeah, well, if that's historically accurate for the time, I'm good with it. I just love everything they throw at us in the game because it's accurate. So as long as they keep that up, I'm all good with anything. I would like to have more decorations so that you know get like we have the big logs, but maybe get smaller ones, get some different ideas for benches, get some more flowers, but also some like props and stuff. So if we can get like little barrels, that's one of the things I like about Land of the Vikings. You have stuff like barrels and things that you can put down. They don't even need to have a purpose, but you can make a town look a lot more lively. Like when we have the market here, you can see there's actually a barrel standing at the back. And you have these crates standing here where all the supplies are. If we can have a few of those, we can decorate this area up to make it look a bit more like a market area. And especially also around the granaries and stuff. So those are little things that I would love to see in the game. Just a few more ways to decorate your town a bit. You know, maybe get some lampposts, either with oil lamps or whatever. But at least a way to make that happen. That'll just be so cool. Alright, sowing season. They're busy. First 2 fields are already sown. First 3 fields are already sown in. So they're doing a faster job than before. That's nice. I like that. That's very good. Why did the blonde climb the glass wall? To see what was on the other side. Oh dear. Oh boy, I'm not gonna get into that. Alright, it is 11:30 in the evening here, and wifey just got home. So yeah, I think it's a good time for us to slowly put this stream to an end. We've set up the basics of our little town. We actually have the houses. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 houses. Number 15 on the way. We have the main industries, we have our trader, we have a farm. I actually did a little bit more than I expected to do today, so that went well. But yeah, it's a good time for me to put this one to an end so that I can get to bed in time. Because of course tomorrow we need to be watching Body Shot streaming Stranded Alien Dawn. So you all set your alarm clocks for that, because that's going to be fun. It's a great game and she knows her stuff. So make sure you check out Body Shot's channel. And make sure that you are there for the stream tomorrow. We will continue this one next Friday. This is going to be a weekly reoccurring stream with a lot of fun with Ostriv. And then, of course, I'll be back on Sunday with Farming Simulator, which will also be a lot of fun. Let's already do some trading so that we make a little bit of money. And buy some goods. That's nice. There we go. That's the basics covered. So thank you all so much for being here. It was great. Stay happy, stay healthy. Have a good weekend. And I will be looking forward to the next stream. But for now, it is good night. Bye-bye. Sleep well. Ta-ta. See you later.